Today I'm going to be talking about the steps that you need to take in order to ensure that for any comic book jobs you apply for on the internet, you've got the best chance of winning the role. Hi there friends, my name's Tim West and today I'm going to be looking at the do's and don'ts of applying for comic book lettering jobs. People pay me to letter their comics. Yes, that's right. I get paid to do something that I love. Life goals met. So obviously I've landed a ton of comic book lettering jobs, but I've also been on the other side of the table for this deal as well. As a letterer and a writer, I've used artists and colorists to enhance my work and I've paid them to do so. The tips in this video apply to any member of the content creation team, from artist to colorist to inker. So without further ado, let's dive straight into the do's and don'ts of applying for comic book jobs. Tip number one is do be professional. Think about it. If I'm a comic book writer and I'm looking to pay my hard-earned money to hire an artist to bring my comic book dream to life, I'm gonna want to work with a professional. Your reply to the advert is the first opportunity you've got to show that you can be taken seriously. So if your first email is titled, "Yo dude, check out my shit," you're going to be ignored. The writer is offering you a business opportunity, so act like you mean business. Here's a sample script which you can use as a framework to apply for jobs. Just pause the video, take note of it. You don't have to do it word for word, just take it as a basic framework and build upon that. It will give you an idea how to make a good first impression. Next up is don't waffle. I don't want to hear your life story. If I've posted this on the internet, it's possible that my DMs are flooded and I haven't got time to wade through details about your pet's bowel movement or any other useless bits of tidbits that aren't related or important. Just get to the point. Let me know what experience you've had as an artist. Show me where I can find samples of your work. Keep it short, keep it snappy. Next up is do read the brief. You'd be amazed how many people don't. If you're applying for an artistic job, one that requires attention to detail, you need to show that you can follow basic instructions. Read and reread what the potential employer has written in their post and the steps they've listed for applying. Many writers will have specific instructions within their script, so if you can't follow the first basic instruction of their job description, well then you're out. Do have an online portfolio of your work. This gives your application the edge. If I can see a well-structured and organised portfolio, I'm able to make a better hiring decision. There are plenty of sites on the internet that offer you the opportunity to create a free website area or portfolio. You'd be crazy not to take advantage of this. The next tip is don't rush your portfolio. Your online portfolio is your golden ticket to impressing potential employers. Take your time to curate a portfolio that shows your best work and also highlights the skills relevant to the job that you're applying for. Quality over quantity is key here. You can either demonstrate your versatility by showing samples of different techniques and styles that you've worked on, and this can show that you're capable of adapting to new styles and trying different things. Or, based on the genre of the comic you're applying for, you can tailor your portfolio to reflect the genre that the writer is looking for. If someone's writing a comic based in space, they'll be able to make a more informed decision if they can see your sci-fi work. Don't attach a fuckload of high-res images to your emails. This is just wrong on so many levels. Some email programs don't have the ability to deal with emails sent with over 20 megabytes worth of data. Your image-laden email may not be sent correctly. Also, some email accounts have limits on what they can actually store, so if you're bursting someone's email account by flooding it with data, they're going to be pissed off at you. If I'm applying for a writing job, I wouldn't go around someone's house and ram reams of A4 paper through the letterbox. You need to bear this in mind when you send your email. And on a similar note, do shrink any images that you send. If you really have no alternatives, such as building a portfolio online, and you need to send images, then don't send them in super high resolution. The receiver of the email isn't going to print them off. Programs such as Adobe Illustrator, for example, can export stuff at really high resolution. It's just not required. Shrink your images down to make them more manageable for the potential employer. Don't expect a reply. If you've sent your email and you don't hear anything back, try not to be too disappointed. It takes balls to apply for a comic book role, and there's plenty of great artists and writers out there that are already doing it. If you don't hear back, stop crying, dust yourself off, and see if there's anywhere on your application you could have improved it to make it better. On a side note, sending a follow-up email is allowed, but it's got to be polite and professional, and don't make any demands. A simple and pleasant follow-up email expressing your gratitude and continued interest in the project would show that you're enthusiastic and professional. Do supply links to projects that you have worked on in the past. This will help me get a better understanding of who you are. If I'm going to strike up a partnership with you, I want to know what you've been doing and whether you've been doing it professionally. And there you go, the do's and don'ts of applying for comic book jobs online. Remember, the comic book industry is highly competitive, but with passion, perseverance, and a solid application strategy, you can increase your chances of landing your dream comic book job. So good luck on your journey to becoming a comic book superstar.